Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is September 8th, 2024. It is a Sunday. Sunday. Time flies. My goodness, time flies. Waiting for folks to join the show. Laurel's usually here. There's Mr. Mom. Hey, Mr. Mom, welcome to the show. Says, what's up, everyone? We don't know yet. Let's go here. Yeah, we got viewers out there. I just put on my analytics. Analytics. Lets me know. Tonight's coffee is Blueberry Muffin from Dunkin' Donuts brand. Mr. Mom says my Cowboys won today. It's football season. I don't watch football. When I did, I did. Dallas was my team. I'm not a big sports person, but Dallas was my team. I explained before. Started watching when I was in the service, and I had an Air Force buddy, and he was from Buffalo, New York. So his team was Buffalo Bills. So I chose Dallas. Well, it's Cowboy, makes sense. So Dallas was my team. They had some rough years. It was after, the rough years came after I was semi-interested, but yeah. Donna says, yay. Hey, Donna, welcome to the show. How was the sound and lighting out there for folks on the video? Should be fine. Laurel usually hits me up when she comes in, but she ain't typed up yet. Donna says, great, fantastic. Mr. Mom says, I am sipping a Clear American Orange and Cream Sparkling. What is that? Is that like a White Claw? One of this is, or a Mike's Hard, or one of those. Is that a liqueur drink? Sparkling liqueur. Oh, man, my nose itches. Wasn't itching until the show starts. It's all your fault. No AC in the studio tonight, just the fan. So if there's a different pitch in the background, it's the fan. It ain't the AC. They're waiting for everybody to join in. Where is everybody? I'll bet you Gus is still watching, because I saw him interacting with some stuff on Facebook. So I'll bet you he's in the weeds. Today was a fall day. Didn't hit 70. Stayed mid-60s, low to mid-60s all day. It was nice. I love fall. Autumn. We've already got trees starting to turn. It's like, man, it's a little early. They're all red. Red trees, red leaves. It's a flavored non-alcoholic, non-sugar water from Walmart, 72 cents. Oh, okay. So like an ice. Like an ice. The missus likes the ice. Pull up my list of things, my bullet points for tonight's show. Flavored non-alcoholic. Non-alcohol, non-sugar water from Walmart. 72 cents for a 1 liter bottle. That's a good price. You can't get just regular bottled water for 72 cents a liter, can you? So they make blackberry lemonade. Oh, yeah, sounds good. Let me get starting with my bullet points here. Let folks let folks shuffle in. My first one will be the continual lies from Harris and Walls. Boy, that couple can't stop lying to save their life. Walls stepped in it this weekend. He was saying they say Nebraska. Say, yeah, Nebraska, you can't. It's still technically illegal to be gay in Nebraska. And it's like, no, it's not. I think he's referring to an old law on the books, which hasn't been removed. Just because a law is on the books doesn't mean it's still active. There's a lot of old laws that they just didn't go in and take out because it takes an active legislature to take them out. So what happens is a newer law overrides the old law. The old law wasn't removed, and then idiots go back in and they say, "Look, this you can't hitch your pony up to the courthouse on Saturdays from 8 to 7 or wherever, 8 to 7. Well, that would be a long time. That'd be over 12 hours. But yeah, it's like no, just because I haven't cleaned up the old laws doesn't mean that they're still active." So he got called out on that, but he was in front of a group of the Alphabet Mafia, so he's pandering for votes. Well, they cannot help but lie. Point number two. Immigrant crime in Europe. There was a crime here recently. A young feller in Germany went and stabbed a bunch of people. And the news, of course, are reporting it's an Austrian man, they said. It was an Austrian man. Mm-hmm. And you think, well, Austrian man, that's kind of weird that an Austrian visiting in Germany would stab a bunch of people. That's weird. Given all the rest of the stabbings that have been happening in Germany and other places in Europe have been from either Middle Eastern or Muslim men, not Germans, not French. Oh, some of them may be citizens of these countries now, but they ain't. Their lineage doesn't come from there. So why would an Austrian do that? Well, yeah, the Austrian man was a 14-year-old, not a man. He was a 14-year-old. Yeah, he was Austrian. He was born in Austria. His parents were Bosnian, and they were Muslim. Yeah, olive skin, dark hair, Middle Eastern adjacent young man. Wasn't what you'd consider an Austrian, but that's what the media's run with. Oh, an Austrian man, yeah, 14-year-old Muslim of Bosnian heritage. But that's commonplace. It's commonplace, and the media is just kind of spinning it in any way they want. Oh, they weren't lying. He was Austrian, but he wasn't like, it's a tumor, Arnold Austrian. It was second generation or first generation naturalized. So his parents moved there from Bosnia, and then he was born there. So. What do you call that? Is that first generation or second generation? I think that's second generation, isn't it? They're called second generation. It's like, no, you got a problem. You keep importing all this crap. Not good. Not good, folks. Still waiting for people. We lost a viewer. I'm just house cleaning right now. Mr. Mom says he might have a pour later. Pour or what? What you pouring? What is your libation? What were his pronouns? Oh, he was Muslim, so it was a he, him. Yeah, they don't play that game. They don't play that game. Yeah. I wouldn't call him a man. No, he's a 14-year-old kid. Okay, now, my dinner. Oh, did y'all see my dinner? I posted up a video earlier this morning. It hit my, or was it this morning or yesterday? He says, yeah, then he would have been a bird. Yeah, he'd have flown for a little while. Not long. Not long. Depends upon the distance. He would have flown for just a little bit. He'd have been a rock finch or something. A rock finch. Wayne says, I saw it. I've been craving better cheddar sausages. Yeah, you saw it. I think I posted up the video earlier today. And I asked the missus about halfway through the day. I said, hey, what you got planned for dinner? And she goes, I was thinking. So I made dinner, but yeah, I'm ordering up all the fixings for that hot dog dish. It's a hot dog and it's split down the middle, not totally because you got to keep it together, and then you put a wedge of cheese in it. We used something in Monterey Jack. It's a mix, but whatever. And we put that in it, and then you take jalapenos and you split the end off where the stem is, and then you core them out and you split it. And you do that. Two will fit on a hot dog. Going either way. So you slide them over the hot dog. So you've got the hot dog stuffed with the cheese, and then you get the jalapeno around it, totally wrap it. And then you wrap all of that with bacon. And you put that on the grill. And you get that all nice and done. The trick is you can't walk away. You can't walk away at the beginning part because, of course, the bacon fat's going to render and fall down in your coals, and you're going to get flare-ups. So you got to keep turning them. You got to keep turning them so the bacon gets done nice but doesn't burn. And then you move it off the heat, and you put the lid on your grill. And you can just sit and walk away. I think I left it like 10 minutes or so. And when the jalapenos are soft, you poke them, it's done. Says maybe an Irish tonight. Teeling single grain. Yeah, that's a good one. Or Powers John's Lane. That's another good one. You been looking at my whiskey shelves? Or maybe just stick to the water. No. See, and those aren't the same. Those aren't the same. Teeling single grain. It's okay. I'd probably grab the John's Lane. I'd grab the John's Lane. But back to my, yeah. So you take that out and you put it in your hot dog bun. And I made a sriracha mayo, and I just put sriracha mayo over the top of it. Oh my goodness. That's a good eat. So I had a couple of them bad boys and a nice cold beer. And that definitely did the trick. Definitely did the trick. Y'all see them pictures? Let me pull them pictures up because they are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Here we go. There it is on the plate. I cut it open so folks could see it. It's just a nice plating shot. So I had that with fries. Got the nice sriracha mayo on the top. Close up. Yum, yum. Absolutely delicious. There they are wrapped on the plate before I put them on the grill. See, the two on the right, those are just cheese stuffed hot dogs. The missus doesn't, she ain't into the jalapenos very much. Mr. Mom says it's tasty. There they go on the grill. There they go on the grill. There they are, just taken off the grill. Yum, yum. And again, that's it on the, that's it. Absolutely delicious. So if you like jalapenos and you like cheesed hot dogs, and well, there you go. Wayne says, reminds me of that guy on YouTube. Yum, yum. Get you some. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Yum, yum. I should say yum, yum. When I say yum, yum, it reminds me of Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino when he's talking to Toad and that girl. he didn't remember the girl's name that liked Toad. Oh, Dan O's seasoning? Yeah, it doesn't remind me. I don't know. I do not know. Sorry. I'll go back up here. I missed it. I missed my... I wrote everything down underneath the show. There we go. So that I wouldn't forget my... There we go. My opening bullet points. But yeah, you know that. He goes, yum yum. He calls her yum yum. He says, look at that, yum yum. So that's what it reminds me of. I don't know Dan O's. Sorry, Dan. But okay, that was my dinner. There's pictures on my Facebook page. And there's the video earlier in the day where I got the inspiration from. All right, next, the Georgia school shooting. You know, I'm so tired of this shit. More and more information's coming out. See, his father was supposedly abusive. Mr. Mom says, I'm Latino and love japaleñas. That's good. Well, I love japaleñas as well. He calls Worcester sauce. So it's a Worcester. Yeah, it's the W sauce. Worcestershire's Washer sister sauce. Wash your sister sauce. Yeah, so this 14-year-old kid that shot up a classroom, and he went in with an AR style. Okay, yeah. He could have done the same thing with a pistol. It's look, so I'm not even going to get into the stupidity of what firearm he used. Supposedly his father was abusive. His mother was supposedly arrested. I think she was arrested for Oxycontin or something like that. They don't live together anymore, and the father has guardianship of the boy. The boy spoke out in defense of LGBTQ stuff. Imagine that. And last year, he told folks that within a year or two, he was going to shoot up a school. Now, this is what he told people last year. So the police knew about him. The FBI knew about him. The school knew about him. Everybody knew about this kid. And he goes to school. And he brings a gun into school. An AR style. So that ain't a small gun. He's able to bring a gun into school. He leaves his classroom in the middle of class. Leaves, just gets up and leaves. Oh, you're not going to stop a kid from he's just getting up and going. So he gets up and he leaves. And he goes and gets a gun and he tries to get back in the classroom. But the doors are all shut and you have to be let in from the inside. Well, they went to let him in. They noticed, oh shit, he's got a gun. And they didn't let him in. So what does he do? He goes to the next classroom. The door is open. And he goes in there and he starts shooting. As if that's not bad enough. The mother now is claiming, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, the school refuses to say anything about it. And the sheriff said he never heard this. Okay, whatever. The mother is claiming that day, right before the shooting, her son had sent her a text message saying that he's sorry. And she called the school and said, hey, there's something wrong with my son. I'm paraphrasing here. You need to go check on him right now. And nobody went and checked on him. That's her story. So a lot of shit's coming out. If at a minimum, their protocols for, and I don't think you should have to shut your doors. I don't think they should have to be locked from the outside and only open from the inside. I don't think that should have to be the case. I grew up in a time, and most all the folks that follow my content grew up in a time when we had easy access to firearms whenever we wanted one. And we weren't grabbing them and taking them to school and shooting shit up. Firearms weren't even in a safe. I didn't know a single person that had a safe for their firearms. Most of them had them in a closet, or they had them hanging on walls, or at most it almost looked like a curio cabinet, and if it had a lock on it, you could just flip a butter knife up and open the damn thing. It was to keep 2-year-olds from opening it up. Glass panels on the front. No, not safety glass, just cheap wooden cabinets with a know-nothing lock. And every truck had, or a lot of them did. Hunting season, you don't know damn well you could go out into the parking lot at the high school, and there'd probably be 3 or 4 trucks with a shotgun in the gun or in the truck. Mr. Mom said, I saw and heard the same about the mom. The local station says they saw the mom's sister phone, and yeah. So it's being corroborated by some people, but not by the key people, like the police and the school. And the school's tight-lipped. I understand why they are, but it's like it was a shit show from day one. Every single one of these shootings, every single one, the shooter was known to have problems, was known to be from a broken home, known to have made threats. I mean, none of it is. They knew. Everybody knew. And then after the shooting, what they want to do, they want to come after law-abiding citizens who haven't broken a law, are not criminals, and they want to take their guns. It's like, no, you missed all the steps. Now, I'm not saying that being disturbed as a teenager, that doesn't mean you're going to shoot shit up. Teenagers are that way. Their bodies are going through shit, get a lot of chemicals going on in their body, hormones raging. Yeah, it's fine. But I tell you what, when you can tick off 3, 4, 5 boxes, 6 boxes of all the shit that's known about these shooters, tick, 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 you might want to take care of this issue. Now, the father's been arrested and charged with manslaughter and second-degree murder via something or other. I forget. I just glanced at it peripherally. To tell you the truth, I'm not that interested in the case. I consider this a local issue, and I wrote about that. It's a local issue. I live in the state of New Hampshire. We don't have school shootings here. Ammo.com rated us number 1 for gun and Second Amendment issues in the United States this last year. New Hampshire is always in the top 3, no matter who's compiling it, in the top 3, usually 1 or 2. So why on earth would I give up my firearms over something that doesn't even affect my state? We have the most lax laws. Read damn near none. I can open carry going into a public school here. Done it with all my kids. I always make contact with a resource officer before the school year started. Hey, I'm John. My kid so-and-so. I exercise my Second Amendment rights. That way, and I stand out. The tall cowboy. Yeah, and he's packing. Yes, I open carry. Never had a problem. Mr. Mom says back in the 70s, boys and girls at my high school had trucks with gun racks and guns. Right, yeah, I said that. During hunting season, yeah. You look in the hunting season, you're going to find guns you'll have a shotgun or a rifle, depending upon what season it was. If it was bow season, you'd see a bow. It's why? Well, because they're gonna go hunting directly after school. So, yeah, guns aren't the problem. But the father's been charged. He's arrested and charged. From what I understand, it sounds like a just charge. He is just so neglectful. Half carried knives too. Yeah, we always had knives. I don't think we were supposed to, but unless if you didn't show it, or if it was just a pocket knife or something, it wasn't. Nobody made a big deal out of it. Well, heck, we had smoking barrels out in the so when you're in school, you could go as a kid and you can just go out back and you could smoke at the smoking barrel. It's a different era. Kids nowadays don't understand. Yeah, back in the day, you could hand your kids some money and tell them to go down to the corner store and pick you up a 6-pack of beer and a carton of cigarettes. It's different time. Orion says bought guns. Yeah, I don't recall whether kids bought guns anywhere I was, but yeah, we all had access to them. About the worst thing that ever happened was I think it had bomb threats. Bomb threats was the biggest thing when I was in school. They had some idiot would call in a bomb threat at school. Mr. Mom said we had the Buck Knives Hunter in the case on our belts. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Oh, the dad bought guns. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buying kids your guns. Everybody that I knew, my buddy Jim, yeah, he had a 10 gauge and a 12 gauge bought for him. They were his guns. So, yeah, guns aren't the problem. I got guns. My kids never shot anything up. Tell you what, you touch my shit. Just like we talked about this on the show before. It's just like tools. You didn't just go into your dad's workshop and take a tool and start using it. You made sure that you got permission to use that. You don't grab your dad's car keys and go take the car for a ride. Don't touch my guns. The guns should be out of the reach of small children. Above from that, yeah, by all means, put them in a safe if you can. But you can't use a gun that's in a safe. So what's the gun for? Hunting guns? Yeah, whatever. That's fine. But if they're self-defense guns, you cannot use a gun. It's got a damn lock on the trigger and stupid shit. Orion said an armed society is a polite society. More so. Yeah, more so. As long as everybody is. When only the bad guys are armed, it's not a polite society. But yeah, everybody. Yeah. Again, I'm armed. I can go to bed. It's like the damn Thunderdome entrance, the Bartertown entrance to the town. You just got to take all your weapons out. That's me getting undressed. Got my utility belt around. I got this and that and everything else. And it's like, yeah, sometimes the kids give me shit about it. No, my son sometimes give me shit about it. But it's like, you need something done. You need a tool. I got it. An emergency, I got it. It's there. And a firearm is a tool. Would you carry a rifle? Well, the reason why people stop carrying rifles is you can't do much with them. They're wieldy. It's the same thing as a sword. So they're unwieldy. They get in the way. You can't plow fields with a sword on unless it's across your back. That's stupid. So then you go to a knife. Keep yourself a good knife. Get a dirk, a dagger. Well, the sidearm is the dirk or dagger of a sword, of a rifle. You use what you can do and what makes sense. If I was going to go into Mogadishu, well, yeah, I'd have my sidearm and I'd have a rifle. If I'm going downtown, I'm going to Concord, the capital of New Hampshire. I'm going to Concord and I'm walking the streets. I don't need a rifle. It ain't Mogadishu. Doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. But I got my pistol. Why? Because if I'm dressed, and sometimes if I'm not, well, I'm not saying naked, but no, if I'm in normal day attire, again, sometimes when I'm not, but I got a gun. Just know, even if you don't see, I got a gun and I got a knife, at least one of them. My knife is my go-to, and I try to say this, my knife is my go-to. If you can touch somebody, you got a knife. Knives are good if they're away from you. The same way as don't draw on somebody if they can touch you. You ain't got time. Push them away. Push them to the ground. You drop. You kick. You do whatever. You get distance, and then you draw if you have to draw. Other than that, get a knife. Knives make more sense. Anybody can use a knife. If you can touch somebody, you can cut somebody. You don't need to be skilled. Wayne said you can't tell me his father didn't know he had issues. I read somewhere the FBI. Yes, the FBI knew. The local police knew. The school knew. Everybody knew. And the father knew. I also heard he was abusive. But again, I didn't look into it because, again, this is textbook shit. Every single case had numerous of these same types of things, and the gun wasn't the crux. The gun was the end. The gun was the end. That's like thinking that freaking I don't know, your tire blowing or your engine blowing up, that was the final thing. It's like, look, you knew well before that happened, unless it was a freak accident and you hit a nail or just something. You normally know. Something's happening. You hear your tickers your lifter's ticking. Something's going. Unless you just ignore everything, and then you're just as much at fault. And that's what everybody knew about this. Every single thing. You go down, it's like, yeah, this is textbook. As well as the left's response to it. Boom, attack gun owners. Push further violations of the Constitution. It's like, bitch, you could have fixed all of this long ago, and you let it go. And now you're going to criminally act against law-abiding citizens. You're just as bad as the shooter. And I say that time and time again. Any politician or anybody that wants to disarm you because a criminal did something bad is as bad as the criminal is. Wayne says, exactly. I've owned and have used guns my entire adult life. I've used them so often as a teenager, thought this guy, yeah, I've never had guns. Yeah, they don't just do shit by themselves. They don't. So, yeah, that's why I haven't really talked about it much on Facebook. This is a textbook case, and you know what? They're not going to get any more gun control. They're done. They're using this for votes, but they ain't gonna get the gun control that they want. Not happening. But okay, move on to the next one. Bluster. Yeah. Bluster. This shit pisses me off. Bluster. I had posted up about politicians lying and shit like that, and they should be legally held accountable for their lies. As it is right now, they can lie in front of Congress. They can lie about their political opponents. They can run smear campaign lies, and nothing happens to them. And I said it should. It should happen to them. There should be meaningful legal ramifications for lying the way they do. Why? Because it affects votes. It affects politics. Stop it. This isn't just Bob and Joe and Sue and Mary out there lying. These are elected officials and those that are working on their behalf. So there needs to be meaningful consequences for these lies. Okay, well, somebody mentioned that, and I had said that there's no will because that there's no they're not going to pass laws, they're not going to change this because it goes against their interest. And I said it doesn't matter. There are ways around. You can pass laws. People don't understand this, and I'm not sure if it's every state, but damn near all of them. You can pass legislation without using legislators. How that process works is different in each state, but the short of it is the citizens get together, they do a referendum, they push the referendum, get the needed amount of signatures and shit like that, and that goes up to the governor's office and they sign it into law. If the governor doesn't, you can override the governor. Again, there's all sorts of rules. There's all sorts of ways around the system. The same way as how you can remove judges. There's not a single judge, to include the Supreme Court of the United States, that is without the ability to remove them. You just need to know the mechanisms and ways to do it, but they're there. But I said it's highly unlikely that's going to happen because people are lazy. I didn't say lazy, but I'm going to say it now. People are lazy and they lack the will. They'd rather sit back and complain about the system than to actually engage with the system. Well, this feller, he's like, yeah, you need to work outside the system. He's talking about hanging politicians. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, Mr. Mom says sheep. Yeah, they are sheep. And lazy. Lazy sheep. So you're talking about hanging politicians. And I'm like, well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. You go out and start hanging politicians, I'll get the popcorn. See, working outside the law like that is the last issue. Have you done anything within the system? And I said that type of stuff is bluster, and it's annoying. It's like the folks down in Texas and some other states. We're going to secede from the United States. He said I'd settle for a tar and feathering life. Yeah, that'd be great, but Wayne, let's be honest, that ain't going to happen either, because people are a bunch of fucking blustering pussies. They ain't going to do it, and I'm tired of hearing shit from people that ain't going to do it. I'd just rather you sit there, shut up. You ain't going to do shit. Back to the Texas thing. We're gonna secede from the United States. You are you? Okay, big boy. You wore the fucking mask for over a year, didn't you? Because they told you to wear a mask, and you got online and bitch, piss, and moan because you had to wear a mask. I don't like to do this, but you did it anyways. And you're talking about secession? Baby steps. Baby steps. I'm tired of the bluster. I'm tired of bullshit talk. You ain't doing it. Shut up. You ain't seceding. Ain't a single state going to secede from the United States. There's mechanisms in place that'll prevent that. Remember the Civil War? See how far that got you. Fix the problems. Screaming secession every time you want a little bit of attention and you don't like with the way things are going. Yeah, you're going to secede all right. Shut up. So I told her, I'm tired of it. The bluster is just annoying. You ain't going to go out and hang any politicians. Ain't nobody going to do shit. People going to sit at home and bitch, piss, and moan online and not do anything. There's a few folks out there, and folks know my stands on things. I don't act rash, but I don't do what I don't want to do. Didn't get the jab, didn't wear the mask, didn't bow down to any place that required it, didn't do shit. No, I'm gonna exercise my freedoms. Neither me nor the missus went to the hospital or anything like that. For 2 years. For 2 years. We survived. We did our thing. We did our thing. So I put my money where my mouth is. Now, I've often said too, look, I don't need to hear what you did. I don't need to hear what you did. That's on you. You know why you didn't do this. You're going to have to live with that, and that's fine. I don't want to sit and make a judgment because I understand the decisions people make. I may not agree with them, but I understand them. But a lot of it also goes back to, I tell them, how did the people in 1930s do what they did and allow to get done? Well, look at the COVID years. People made decisions for their life and what was best for them, and shit just kept snowballing. Welcome to humankind. And I tried to warn about this shit. So I don't sit here and I don't try to disparage people, but I say at least be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. I understand why people make choices. It's not easy to face losing your job. It's not easy facing not being able to do what you want to do. I get it. I get it. Me and the missus, we made some choices. We did some things and we stuck to it. And I'll let the world know that I stuck to it and why I stuck to it. Now that's on everybody else. But again, so if John is saying, oh, I'm going to secede, yeah, you might want to take that seriously because I don't just talk shit. I'm tired of people talking shit. No, you're not. You're not going to do shit. You're not going to secede. Stop it. This is all for attention and bullshit. So that's another bullet point out of the way. Next one, the Hawk Tua girl. Folks have noticed I haven't posted about the Hawk Tua girl because I think that whole thing is she is a moderately attractive young gal with a cute Southern accent that nobody can name the reporter, the YouTube reporter that did the on-street interview, and she said Hawk Tua. I'm not going to get into what that means, but she said Hawk Tua, and it went viral. And she's had hundreds of interviews. She's gone to late night talk shows. She's gone to news agencies. She's been star at events. She is making money hands over fist, and now she's going to start a YouTube. She's going to start a podcast called Talk Tua, where she's going to talk to people about relationship. She's 21 years old. Shut the fuck up. What the hell does anybody want to hear from her? She's done nothing in life. I don't mean to come down on her, But if she didn't get randomly interviewed and did the Hawk Tua comment and decided she was going to start her own podcast, nobody would give a shit. So some people are like, hey, good on you, taking advantage of things. No, I get taking advantage of things, but our society that would allow that to be something that would be taken advantage of. I've been doing this shit for over 10 years. 10 years. She's got a bigger following than I do, and she started it 5 minutes ago. And when I say bigger, I mean way fucking bigger. Over saying Hawk Tua. She's offered nothing of value to this country, yet she's going to be a person to sit down and talk to. She's only famous for being famous. She's got no accomplishments. Wayne says that's how far our society has fallen. Exactly. And I'm not saying that I'm not trying to insult her by saying she's got no accomplishments. She's 21 years old. Of course she has no accomplishments. Unless she was a virtuoso, she doesn't even know when fucking World War II was. I saw an interview. She was on one of the late. She didn't even know when World War II was. Mr. Mom says she did make a valid point. Just saying. Stop it. Stop it. A valid point that should have been it was kind of funny, but it should have been funny for 10 seconds. And then everybody would have gone on with their life. That's it. But no. She making more money than the Cowboy's making. For just saying Hawk Tua, having tits and being young. Can you imagine that shit? Imagine that. That's how far our society has fallen. Did she have a point? Yeah. A point to make millions of dollars, go to hundreds of interviews. Please don't squeeze the Charmin. Wayne says, in this day and age, that's all it takes, it seems. Yeah. Famous for just being famous. For doing nothing. Do something stupid. It goes viral. You can clap her on the back for making, she's taking advantage of it. She shouldn't be able to take advantage of it. People should go, yeah, so what? So what? We've all had somebody that we know say funny things around the dinner table, even unsavory things. I've been known to. Folks, you folks who watch my show knows I have said plenty more than Hawk Tua on the show, and I didn't go viral. Nor should I have for that. I'd rather go viral for the in-depth articles that I've written. You know what gets the most attention is memes. Memes and just blurb comments get the most attentions. I can spend hours researching, writing, and publishing. I spend half a day on a good article, and I can spend 30 seconds coming up with a cute meme, putting it on there, and it blows the article out of the water. Crazy. Which is why I've got to mix things up. It says, hey, I'm retired military and thrive on Randy Humor. Right. Yeah, anybody who's been in the Army or the military in general, they know, hey, double entendres, I am the king of double entendres. Give me a break. Mr. Mom says I'm a meme warrior. Yeah. And it's funny. It's like, holy crap. And she's famous for saying Hawk Tua. Hawk Tua. Holy crap. It's disgusting. It's not disgusting what she's doing. It's disgusting that she can do it. And there's a difference. Oh, you're jealous. I'm not jealous. Annoyed? Yeah. When somebody who can work their ass off, and it's not just me. I've seen other people comment about this too. It's like, yeah, I worked my whole life working hard, doing shit to provide something for this nation and for my family. And she's done nothing. She's 21. And there's nothing wrong with her not doing. She's 21. Wayne said, had this kid that got lost at night. The squad was ragging in him about it the next day. He threatened to blow up the squad leader's car. I told him not to burn his lips at the tailpipe. Yeah. Mr. Mom says, are you familiar with a guy on YouTube named Johnny B and his spicy fried? No, who's Johnny B? Who's Johnny B? No, doesn't ring a bell. I'll get that out of the way. Who's Johnny B? Tell us a little bit about Mr. Johnny B and his Spicy Friday show. Oh, good coffee again. Blueberry muffin from Dunkin' Donuts brand. It's good coffee. Blueberry muffin. I know Donna. She doesn't like the berries. I think Donna's watching the show. Donna's watching the show, isn't she? Didn't she say hi earlier? No, I don't know Johnny B. He's probably got more followers than me too. I don't have many. Yeah. Doesn't take me long to count them. I don't think I'm up over 50. I don't know what it was. He's a Second Amendment guy, and Friday show is all about memes of the week. No. Donna says, sorry, be right back. No, don't be sorry. Take care of business. $180. $180? $180. $180. What's $180 about? Let's see here. I'm going to look up Johnny B. Johnny B. Authentic hair care. No. Johnny B's. Videos. Spicy. Girl gets shot. Johnny B. There we go. Oh, my followers 180. Which channel is that? Oh, she's mad. Oh, I've seen Johnny B before. I think he's come up in my shorts. For that, no, he didn't come up in my shorts. This ain't San Francisco. No, shorts are they're the clips that are a minute. My YouTube, yeah. Orion, I got 2 channels. I got the Whiskey Cowboy -official. That's the one that you're on now, and then I got the Whiskey Cowboy Life. That's where the canoeing and all that other stuff goes. Yeah, I think I've seen Johnny B on the shorts. I think he's popped up. It says awesome recovery there. Yeah, it's like as soon as I said it, and it's like, no, that ain't right. That ain't right. No, shorts are like reels. Reels are what they're called on Facebook. Shorts are reels are on Facebook and Instagram, and shorts are on YouTube. They're 60 minutes or 60 minutes, 60 seconds or less. Videos. They're addictive. You go to the short section and you'll watch it and you'll scroll and you'll watch it and you'll scroll and you'll watch it and you'll scroll. That's why they have it. I got a few of them out there. But yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen his face. Johnny B. Johnny B. Han. Johnny B. Han. Or was it James B. Han? Is it James or Johnny B. Han? I like the 60-second whiskey reviews. Yeah, I don't do too many of them. The whiskey review, I do whiskey reviews. I've done full, I do. That's the Whiskey Cowboy, yeah. John Behan, thank you. John Behan, thank you. Sheriff Behan, not Beham with an M. Behan, John Behan. All sounds the same. Thank you, Mr. Mom. But yeah, I don't waste my time. I'll do a review every once in a while. I'll pull up some of my old reviews and pop them up for folks. When I do a review, I do a review. If you've seen my reviews versus what the other folks do, they do fine. I really pull whiskey apart. You know, if I find 17 notes, I'll do 17 notes. His girlfriend called him Johnny, I think. Well, in the movies, right? What was it? What was her name? The actress. She had an affair with. That was real. She had an affair with Wyatt Earp. The movies don't get it exactly right, but yeah, the character's there. I was watching a Netflix special on that too. It's a whole series I'm in. Yeah, Dana Delaney. Yeah, she played her in one of the movies. Yeah, two gals played her. There was two movies. What, Tombstone and Wyatt Earp, both dealt with her and the Earps. But I'm watching a Netflix one, and it's like, no, that's not right. No, that's not right. No, that's right. No, that's not right. They still call it the shootout at the OK Corral, and it wasn't at the OK Corral. It was in a feedlot next to the OK Corral, but it's like, come on, you're doing a documentary and trying to set the story straight. At least do that right. Yeah. But whatever. Johnny Behan, he was a real piece of shit. And Johnny Ringo. Yeah, the movies took great liberty with all that stuff. I don't think Doc shot him. I think Doc didn't shoot him. They did find him dead by a tree. Somebody shot him in the head, but it wasn't Doc. And it wasn't during that time period. But it makes a good movie. That's fine. That is fine. Fine as wine. Yeah, he was a real Behan. He was a sheriff. He was a politician. Mr. Mom says he dated a girl in the 80s from a neighborhood agency that looked like Dana Delaney. They both had a special place in my heart and memories. Yeah, Dana, what was the China Beach? Was it China Beach that she was in? Dana. I don't think they could have cast those characters any better than they did. Yeah, they cast the characters pretty good. Yeah, China Beach. Dana Delaney. Yeah, there she is. She was Nurse Colleen M. something or other. Yeah, it was 88 to 91. 88 to 91. China Beach. Yeah. Hey, Renato. Welcome to the show. He says 115. 5,000. Like my Sundays. I'm taking care of tomorrow's customers and listening to the conversation. Great night, everyone. Hey, well, welcome to the show there, Renato. He is from Brazil, I believe, correct? You're a Brazilian guest. This night with coffee and some bourbon. Yeah. I usually don't mix them. If I'm gonna have coffee, I have coffee. When I'm gonna have bourbon, I have bourbon. I had some bourbon last night. Out in the Frankenzebo, I was sitting in there till it started raining. I got some pinholes in the canvas tarp thing. So I was getting wet. I'm like, hey, this isn't good. And the wind was blowing in. I was like, no, you got to go inside. Had some Bower Hill Special Edition #1 last night. Mr. Baum said her brother was a patrol officer and she was a dispatcher. Her and I are still friends. You and Dana? He's like, no, the girl that looked like Dana. Yeah, she was the it girl for a while there. Not long. But she was the it girl. She's a good character actress. What's some other one she did? There's China Beach. Of course it's coming up China Beach because that's what I put in the search. Stop it. Yeah, Marge Heldenberger was on China Beach too. Wow, and Michael Boatman. Wow, here's a lot of stars. Nan Woods, I don't know what she did after that. Robert Picardo. He's Robert Picardo. He is the He is the Hollow Doctor on, what, Star Trek Voyager or something like that? He was into. A lot of them were back there. Yeah. I get everything else. I think I hit most everything I was going to do. Yeah, New York had they just arrested another Chinese spy from the New York government. Her and her husband they're naturalized citizens, so they're one of us. But yeah, they were agents for the Chinese government. She was nestled in New York City politics and scheduled meetings and stuff. Kept the Taiwanese people out and brought Chinese people in for meetings and helped bring other Chinese people into the United States and wrangled them staying here and shit. Yeah, big scandal. A lot of money. Ducks. They had ducks sent to her from a special cook in China. It's a special kind of salted duck. I'll call it salted Peking duck, but I don't think that's what it was called. But it was a special duck dish, ducks. And they sent what, 16 or something like that, 12, 16. That's some odd payment right there. Yep. Spent Friday at Vermont property with a plumber. We replaced damn near all the piping downstairs. Redid it, changed it around. Makes more sense now. Haven't got the bill, but it's going to cost me. I'm guessing anywhere $1,500 to $2,000 for it. Couldn't get the water to flow from the pump though. Mr. Mom says, "Got to go. Take care of something with the family. Catch y'all later." Hey, thanks for stopping in there, Mr. Mom. It's always good to have you. Take care of the family. Yeah, there was couldn't get continual flow from the well to the house. Because if I've got good flow, I should be able to just, because it's a closed loop. If I don't have any air in it, every time the pump comes on, it should draw, even though the well's a quarter of a mile away, it should draw out of the line. Well, I was hearing some weird noises. And then I was hearing some loud noise. I'm like, the hell? I thought it was the pump drawing good. Yeah, it wasn't. There was a pinhole. Excuse me, there was a pinhole, so I got the line going into the water, into the well, up through. It comes up, and then it drops back underneath the ground, and then shoots for a quarter of a mile through the mountains. The pinhole was in the pipe. There's the connection from the house pipe, then a connection, and then goes down in the well. Well, about, I'd say, 6 inches or so from where they connect, the pipe had collapsed on itself and bent. Now, it had been that way for a while, and I could tell. But I had straightened it out, so I was like, that's not right. I straightened it out, so that's good. But I didn't notice there was a hole in it. Well, there was a pinhole in it where the hard rubber had bent, and it formed a hard edge. It was a pinhole, so it's like, oh. And I found it's like, oh, if I put my finger on it, hey, there we go. So it doesn't take much to fix the problem. When a pump draws, it draws from the least resistance. You want the least resistance to be the water. If you've got an air hole, even a pinprick, it'll draw in from that while it's drawing the water, and eventually your line is going to get so much water or so much air in it that it's not going to get a draw to the house. Well, that's what was happening. I didn't have time to get that all figured out and fixed. So I'm like, okay. Had the kids come over with me because the missus wasn't going to be running up and down the stairs while I had to be up at the well. So the kids came, and I had the young feller at the house, and my youngest daughter was with me up at the well just to keep me company. I didn't need her there. So I had taken some duct tape around it. I thought that was going to work. It ain't going to work. It'll work short term, but then it starts to leak. It's like, this ain't going to work. So I get on the phone and True Value. Let's see if you got some of that Flex Seal tape. That's the shit you need. And yeah, we do. So I sent the feller over there, and he got me some Flex Seal tape, and he brought it up, and I wrapped it around. And that was after. I had forced water up the line before then. I got a 50-gallon drum in the house. So we filled that up, and it was filling up good, but then it wasn't drawing. So like, okay, we'll get this. So he said he brought me up. He walked me up the tape, and I put the tape around it. It ain't pretty because it's half underneath. You can't. It's half. I couldn't get in there to do it. So, but I got it, and it's fine. And he went back down to the house, and I'm telling him, this is the lever you switch, and you switch this and turn it on. Blah blah blah. Plug the pump back in. So we did that. We went back and forth, and we tried all sorts of stuff. It was working the whole time. It's like, hey, it's working, and I could hear it. Oh, you could hear the water, just like if you listen to a line that's going over. You can hear when the water goes through it. You can't hear a pump, but you can hear the water going through it. And I could hear the water going up into the tube, and it's like, yes, yes, that's fine. So I put the cover back on the well. I'm using a 2x4 to get it. Wiped it up there, and I got the well. Went back down to the house, had some lunch. I had turned the system off. Kept the pump running, turned the system off from the house. It's like, let's see if it'll keep pressure between the house and the well. And then as soon as I turn the water on in the house to go upstairs, the pressure should be fine. As soon as you flush the toilet or you open up a valve, the pump should come on again because you've just lost pressure. Sure as shit, it did it. So we tried that several times, and we closed it down, waited and closed it down. Okay, we're going to see whether we lose any pressure in the line, and you shouldn't. Doesn't matter how the line is, as long as you don't have as long as you have pressure in it and no air, you should technically be able to sit there a year as long as you keep the water in the line and pressure. It's not going to drain out either end. That's how siphoning works. So it's like, okay, and I went, oh, it's still working. So that was great. We got that done. We left there before 3. I think we left about at 1:30. So it was a short day on Saturday. Came home. We made pizza for dinner. But yeah, it's like, oh, the water's working. Absolutely fantastic. I turned it off from the inside of the house because the sink, the kitchen sink, the seals are going in it. 2 winters just screws up the seals if it's not used. So it leaks all the time, so I turn it off when I'm not in the house. But it's like, don't turn the power off. I told the realtor, don't turn the power off. Just turn the water off. And when you're there, you want to use the bathroom or they want to check the water, turn that main valve on in the furnace room and do your thing, and then before you leave, just turn that off. Otherwise, it'll just keep leaking. I don't want to keep leaking because I don't need to be wasting water. So that's the house saga. So it's like, yes, doing one little pinprick. That's all it takes. Hey, Peggy says, hey there. I hope that I didn't miss too much content. It's been a great day to tend to yard work. No, good. No, you did. You missed an hour. We got all the goodies done in the first hour. Now we're just on to other things. So you can listen from the show start later on or tomorrow. Like the missus normally she watches the show the next morning. So it's all there. But yeah, it goes to show what one little teeny air. So that's why they weren't getting water at the house. They'd go up with a pump and they'd pump it down and they'd fill containers. Hey, Judy, welcome to the show. They'd fill containers full of water and fill the 50-gallon drum with water. And then they'd pour from the containers into the 50-gallon drum, and that's what they were using. Well, yeah, you can force water up, and that little pinhole isn't going to do anything. You try to suck water down, you can't keep a flow. That was the problem. It's like, just a pinhole. They could have been running for years, and they haven't. Years they ran, going up there, filling up containers by forcing water down from the well into the house using a pump. Jesus, it was just a pinhole. That was it. Just a pinhole. God, I was so mad. It's like that simple. That simple. I didn't catch it the first time around. I caught it the second time around. It's like, oh, yeah, that's where the problem is. Just a one little pinhole. But that's how life is. So many things, you can't figure it out. It's something little. That something little caused big problems. Fix that little problem. And for this, it took flex tape. That's it. Am I getting close to selling it? I got an offer. That's why I had to go and replace all the stuff and make sure the line's down there. The next week or so, they should be up there doing the septic tank test, water test, and the water had to be flown to the house. So it's flown to the house. They're doing their appraisal and their inspection. It's like, yeah, the electrical, yeah, it's a rehab. It's a rehab. You knew that going in. It's a rehab. Yes, there's going to be problems. Go ahead, document the problems. I ain't going to fix any more of them. It's a freaking rehab. There's other rehabs selling for more than I'm selling my property for, so shut up. I'm not going to say how much I'm asking for it, but I asked more than I was expecting to get, knowing that somebody was going to drop a bid lower. So I'm like, okay. And I told the realtor, hey, she got to tell me any bid that comes in. But, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. If it's anything somewhere around here or more, I'm happy. Because their realtor gets a cut. My realtor gets a cut. My attorney gets a cut. State gets a cut. And then I get the rest. Now, it's not huge. It's not huge amounts. Plus, I'm paying out of pocket. I paid for all the plumbing to get done. I paid for what repairs need to be done to get things so that it can at least be inspected. And having water running to the house and through the house is a bare minimum. I got that done, and it ain't cheap. So yeah, I hope it sells. If it sells, it should sell by, I believe, I think they want to close like on the 18th of October. So yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close, but we won't know for the next week or two whether or not how things go. It's like, oh, so I gotta have my attorney send me the paperwork. I got to get notarized, sent back to Vermont, giving them power of attorney so that they can close all the shit, so I don't have to actually be there. But at a minimum, I gotta at least show the realtor where the damn well is. New owner ain't going to be able to find it. Guaranteed they ain't going to be able to find it. I couldn't find it. I had a feller that knew the area. He's like, yeah, this is your well. I'm like, okay. And he brought me up, and this is my well over here. And the other properties, well, they're over there. There's the ones that I thought it's like, no, this doesn't look right to me, and it wasn't. He's like, yeah, people ain't going to find this shit unless they know it's there. And the first time I went up trying to find it, I was up there for like 2 hours tromping through the hills and bog, and it's like, oh, my boots were all soaked, and I was just, Jesus, where the hell is this damn thing? But yeah, it's easy to find if you know where it's at. If you don't know where it's at, you ain't gonna find it. So yeah, that's the story of the well. It's a spring well. And I thought it's like, I think I got 2.5, 3 feet of water in there. That's why I remember said my ring fell in it. It's like, yeah, I should be able to get that. Got a 70 plus inch grabby grabber. Went up there with a flashlight and shined the light down, and it's like, holy shit. No. That thing's like, I don't know. It's got to be 15 feet deep, something like that. It's like, it wasn't, 5 feet deep. It was good. So we got a good bit of water in there. Peggy says, I hear you. My dad passed in 2009. I had to pay my taxes and HOA fees for a couple years until the economy improved enough to sell it. Yeah. It's like, I can't keep paying. I've paid up until, I think, November, the taxes. I'd like to stop. And the money that I put in for the piping and everything, getting the water squared away at the house. That's my tax money. It's like, yeah. When my father was living there, it wasn't a problem. I owned the property. He was paying for the property taxes because he was living there. But I can't afford to keep paying property taxes on a house I can't use. It's 2 hours away. 2 hours away and needs a complete rehab. All the damn drywall needs to be retaped, mudded. Ain't going to take them much to get it, but it needs work. It's got an old electrical system in it. Whether they want to keep that or not, it's up to them, but it's a small house. But yeah, it's a rehab. So yeah, if it doesn't sell, I'm kind of up shit creek with money because I need to still pay the taxes. And good chunk of my tax money that was set aside for this property has been used to just get it ready. And I've been up there clearing wood and opening things up for folks, and it's starting to look acceptable. But yeah, it's a better sell. So yeah, mid-October, second to third week, 18th, I think, 18th, I don't know. I have to check my dates, so keep my fingers crossed. I've just been frazzled. I've been going back and forth taking care of stuff, and y'all know my story. I had to clear it out. 2 30-yard dumpsters full of shit, just to get it empty. Like, Jesus. The property's been a hassle, so I need to get rid of it. So, yeah, there you go. But, I couldn't get my ring. I couldn't find my ring, couldn't see it. Because where the sun was shining and hitting the water, doesn't matter with the flashlight shining down. It was a powerful flashlight. But since the sunlight is just reflecting off the water at that part, you can't see the bottom. You can only see the bottom where it's shaded and you've shown your flashlight. So that means there was a good about half of the bottom I just couldn't see because of the sunlight. And I wouldn't have been able to reach it anyways. It's too far down. But I was happy to see there was that much water. It's like, yeah, that's good. Good to have that water. Good spring water. Hey, did anybody know what's up with Laurel? Did she say that she had a trip to go to or something like that? She's here darn near every time unless she has to run up. I think she runs up to New York. But that's the Cowboys' house issues. It's like, oh my goodness. Be glad to get rid of that. Had my brother ask me, wouldn't it be nice to keep it in the family? Yeah, if you want to pay for the taxes. Yeah, I'll keep it as long as you want if the family wants to chip in, but if not, we're all over the place. Ain't nobody up here but me. Judy says, I hope it works out for you. Amen. Amen. So do I. It's like, no, nothing more. I can't afford to drop another dime into that place. The realtor told the other folks, he's like, yeah. Or she's a female realtor. She goes, half of his day is spent getting to and from. Yeah, that's 4 hours to and from. That's gas, that's vehicle, wear and tear. That's, for whatever the hell I'm going to do. I wanted to cut another tree when I was there the other day because the plumbers were futzing around. They had went to go get something, but I had to, my chainsaw chain had slipped, so I had to readjust it. I had to change, undo everything and adjust the bar and get it back on track. And by the time I did that, they pulled back in the dooryard. I was going to drop a tree. I was going to drop a tree right where they were parked. Now, I could have dropped it and then trimmed up and bucked where the car was, which was my plan, and then just buck up the rest. And since it was a black birch, that's easy. Not too many limbs. Good straight tree. It was about black birch tree about this big, about this big around. Could have just dropped that and then cut that up into about 6-foot sections and bring them down. I got a log pile started up. I wanted to buck that stuff up. May or may not. If I sell it, I don't care. They can buck it up themselves. That's fine. I was going to buck it up, split it, and bring it and burn it in the Frankenzebo. But really, the aggravation-wise, yeah. I brought some of it home the other day. Smaller stuff, medium-sized wood, about this big around, foot-long sections. I brought that home. Yeah, black birch. It smells like wintergreen. You cut it open, it smells like wintergreen. Youngest got a kick out of that. She's like, oh, she had to tell her boyfriend, oh, I got something to show you. Yeah, natives used to take it, and you make little toothpicks out of it. And while it's still fresh, it'll smell like wintergreen, taste a bit weak. Wintergreen. Smells good. I'm allergic to it, I found out. I didn't know. I had cut down some trees and bucked up some logs, and I was wearing a short sleeve shirt that day, and I got a rash. Looked almost like poison ivy, but it wasn't. I'm like, yeah, I've had poison ivy. This ain't poison ivy. Couldn't figure out what it was. So I guess I'm sensitive to, if the trees and the leaves scratched up against my skin. So I got little irritations. Looks like poison ivy. Not. Smaller. Less groupies, but annoying as hell. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll be wearing a long sleeve shirt the next time, and I haven't had a problem since. Yep. It's right, 9:15. What else we got to talk about? We talked about wintergreen. We talked about the wood. We talked about the house. Nobody's mentioned about Laurel. She didn't say she had something to do. I don't know. Hope she's okay. Very seldom does she not make the show. I'm sure Gus is listening. Excuse me, if folks like the content of this show and or various internet content, other content that I put out there, feel free to buy me a virtual drink or something. There's a link in the description. You can even help support with a monthly donation. Everything helps out. Judy says she hasn't heard anything. I was wondering where she was too. Yeah, I didn't hear if she was going to go up. Normally, when she's not here, she's running up to, isn't it? She goes up in New York, right? She goes up in New York. The new wedding bands are working out fine. The missus likes hers. I like mine. It's titanium. It's brushed titanium. It's high polished on the very edges where it's beveled, and then the rest is brushed. So sometimes it looks silver, sometimes it looks gray. Gus says, geez, I hate you. I hate that, haha. Yeah. Getting called out. I'm calling out the Guster. Oh, it's pretty. Yeah, it's nice. It's a I don't know how good that's going to look on camera. Sometimes it looks silver. It looks brushed silver. Sometimes it looks gray. And then the very edges are beveled. So they're bright shiny. So they look either silver or like high polished steel. Stainless steel. Pretty ring. She got a matching one. This is an 8mm. That's this way. 8mm. I wouldn't want to go any more than 8. That's a good size. It's a good man's ring. Hers is a 4. I think she got a 4. 3 or 4. A woman's ring. Looks just like mine. She's happy. She keeps looking over at it. It's like, oh, you like that, do you? She's like, yeah. She did not like not seeing a ring on my finger. Like, it's okay. It's okay. She didn't like not having a matching one for years. It was my religious devotional. I'd moved it over because my wedding band, it was thin. We didn't have a lot of money. It was thin, but gold. And it split. I think it split twice. The second time, I just didn't get it repaired. Put it in the jewelry box, and then moved my devotional over on that was silver. And that was fine. But now we're matchy-matchy. It's the only thing I like, matchy-matchy. Matchy-matchy. I don't mind matchy-matchy rings. I don't like matchy-matchy clothes. We talked about this before. That annoys the hell out of me. If I get dressed and I come down and we're wearing the same color shirts, I'm going back upstairs and I change my shirt. No matchy-matchy. There's couples that they purposely dress to match each other. That's weird. Stop it. Stop doing that. Don't coordinate with each other. No. That's stop it. That's not right. That's gay. And I'm not saying like gay isn't homosexual. That's sort of, but not quite. That's just, it's weird. It's odd. It's off. It's strange. Stop it. You're annoying everybody around you. Some people might say that's cute, and they'll laugh and they'll smile, but deep down they're going, "You have just killed a little bit of my soul." Stop it. It's weird. My goodness, I know. So if we're matchy, I go back upstairs and I change my shirt. You'll hear a lot of time in the Cowboy's house. I'll be upstairs picking out clothes. I'm getting ready to dress now. What color is your shirt? What color are you wearing today? It's purple. I got a nice purple shirt, so I'm not going to wear it. Sometimes I like wearing my purple shirt. She can't be wearing purple. You've seen the purple shirt. It's purple and black checkers. Big checkers. Yeah, it's a nice shirt. Not going to be matchy-matchy, though. She ain't got to be wearing purple. Tell me you're wearing green or red or orange or yellow or something like that. No purple. It's like, oh, my goodness. Get dressed without asking her. Go downstairs and we're both wearing green. Ah, son of a bitch. Ah, damn it. Upstairs I go. No matchy-matchy. So wedding bands is good. That's matchy-matchy. That's fine. Oh, goodness gracious. Again, tonight's coffee is a blueberry muffin from Dunkin' Donuts. Blueberry muffin in honor of Donna. There you go, Donna. Blueberry muffin from Dunkin' Donuts. Blueberry cobblers from, I think, New England brand. That's pretty good, too. That's pretty good, too. These are not, both of these are not as good as the chocolate-covered strawberries. That's some good coffee. That's some good coffee. That's from Dunkin' Donuts again. Donna says you're a fruit. That's a berry. Blueberry's a berry. I'm a fruit. It's a berry. I'm a berry. I'm a very nice guy. You know that whiskey cowboy, he's a very odd feller. Speaking of odd fellers, my grandfather was an odd fella. My grandfather was an odd fella. They're a bunch of odd folks. Done a lot of good, but they're some odd fellas. I got his pen and a bunch of stuff. Gus says, Sally wouldn't be caught dead with just about anything I wear. She doesn't wear she does wear two of your sweatshirts you have. That's it. Yeah. No, I'm not saying we're wearing the same clothes, just colors. No, the missus doesn't wear my, she's worn my shirts just to keep warm. I mean, there you go. Take my shirt. There you go. Keep warm. But yeah, she doesn't wear my clothes. Doesn't wear my clothes. That's weird. Donna says, so you come by, honestly, no, I stole it. I stole it. No. Yeah, the odd fellow. No. See, I had heard something about it when I was a kid, but then I hadn't heard anything. But after my father died, I came across all the stuff. It's like, oh, there's a member of the Odd Fella. The Odd Fellas. Oh, Gus says, no, I meant colors. Well, you didn't just say colors. You said clothes. Content wearing anything I wear, not colors. Yeah, me and the missus, we share a lot of the same color palette. I have a lot more earth tones, though. I don't think she has too many earth tones. She's got a purple sweatshirt. It's a tie-dye purple. It's a Jimi Hendrix one. I don't think you can see Jimi Hendrix on it very much anymore. It's pretty old. She likes that. It's good and colorful. It's purple. But yeah, she can wear my sweatshirt. She can fit into those. But yeah, she doesn't. So I just, no, colors got to be different. Colors got to be different. Hey, I got me a new hat. Excuse me, I was tired of always wearing the New Hampshire. I got a khaki New Hampshire hat. I think it's khaki and then embroidered NH on the front in white. It's a nice hat. See, I got a light to. Donna says it's not fading. It's hazing. That's right. Purple haze. That's what it was. It was a Jimi Hendrix purple haze tie-dye sweatshirt. So saying, oh, the hat's got to look right. A lot of hats just don't, if they're shaped wrong, they don't fit with my head. So the New Hampshire one is fine. I like that one. I got another one. I forget. I think I got a New England Patriots one. It's somewhere. But we were out at the Tractor Supply the other day. I was like, yeah, I need a new hat. It's only $10. So it's a green hat with Tractor Supply embroidered on it. It's like, yeah, that'll work. Suits me, it's fine. So now I have a new working hat. Donna says I have an eagle one. Yeah, I wear ball caps. I wear ball caps when I'm working. You know, when I know I'm going to be sweating a lot and I don't want my hat in the way, I'll wear a ball cap. So I have ball caps. But if I'm not working, yeah, I'm usually wearing my Stetson. But yeah, ball caps, it's some of them, they just don't fit my head. I don't have a big head. But Gus says, all of my stuff I wear has smart ass saying on it. I didn't notice that, Gus. I was trying to think. I didn't notice you were wearing something with something writing on it the other day when I saw you. I don't remember what it was. I remember momentarily thinking about it. I think Sally was wearing a shirt with something written on it too. I'm not sure what it was. I don't know. It wasn't important enough for me to think about it for about 5 seconds, if. But, yeah. It had some scribblings. I can't read, so. You can't read. Stop it. Yeah. I went on AI, tried to generate some stuff with some free AI generating thing. I said, old cowboy. They came up with 4 pictures. The bottom 2 were old cowboys. The top 2, one was an Asian dude wearing a cowboy hat, and the other one was an Asian woman wearing a cowboy hat. It's like, it's not a cowboy. Stop it. No. What the hell? I went to another site, old cowboy. It came up, there was Willie Nelson. They came up with a picture of Willie Nelson. This is supposed to be AI just coming up with a random old cowboy that they create. Willie Nelson. And a couple other famous people. It said, Angry Man. I said, come up with an angry man. And one of them was Steven Seagal. It's like, that's a picture of Steven Seagal. And then they had 2 women that were angry. It's like, that's not even a man. It's like, what the hell's up with this AI stuff? Gus says, I will point it out next time if I remember. Yeah, you do that. Say, John, here's the saying for the day. Going to Vermont, there's a road that we're on, and somebody has a sign in the front, and the missus just noticed it. She's, oh, that was a funny sign. It's like, which one? The guy says, it says, slow your, and then it has a picture of an ass on it, a donkey, and says down underneath it. It's like, yeah, it's been there. That's been there. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, what else we got going on here? Yeah, dinner was great. Perfect with a beer. The hot dogs were just perfect. It tasted exactly like I was expecting, but I tell you what, the first couple bites of it, yeah, I know it had jalapeno, but I was still like, wow. After that, it settled in, and that was fine. Like, holy crap. Yeah, it's jalapeno. That's a good bit of pina right there. You saw those pictures, didn't you, there, Gus? My hot dogs. Yeah, you did. Because I see it. I see your name on there. You only liked it. You didn't love it, though. You got 9 people that loved that. Jeff loved it. Mark, Joyce, Linda, Rodney, Monica, Patricia, Sarge, and Terry all loved it. Everybody else was like, one of them was like, wow. Who said wow? Shirley said wow. Shirley. And everybody else liked it. Oh, that was just, if you got delicate tummy, you don't eat that. The missus, like I said, we did one for the missus. It was the same thing minus the japalinas. So it was just hot dog, split cheese, wrapped in bacon. And she had that. She said that was very good. But I was liking my japalina. Oh, my goodness. I throw that in when I can. My japalinas. I like that on my smash burgers. Diced japalinas on there. Take my smash burgers and smash it on there. Put some salt and pepper. Throw some shaved onions on the top of that. Flip it. Throw diced japalinas on the top of the already seared and cooked side. And then throw some jalapeno cheese or pepper jack on the top of that. Then by the time that's all melted gooey, it'll be done on the other side, and the onions are caramelized underneath it, and the burger's all nice and juicy, and I'll just spatula it up and put it on a burger bun, and oh. Gus says, you know me, I'm not a spicy guy. That's Sally. Yeah, she'll have to do that. Have you ever tried Fresno peppers? I believe I probably have. I've tried just about every pepper out there. Banana peppers and japalinas are about my go-tos. The habaneros are okay. Habanero, japalinas, and banana peppers. Because they're easy. They're easy to find. They're in all the stores. Yep. For spicy ones. You got, bell peppers. Yeah, you get those. I like mixing that up. I like bell peppers on my pizzas. Yipper skipper. Yep. Judy says, I grew those and banana peppers all summer. I really like them. Yeah. Yeah, I used to grow bananas and japalinas. They're easy to grow. They're easy to grow. And they're good peppers. But if I'm going to just have one pepper, I'm going to rely. I'm a japalina guy. It's just easy. I don't like breathing fire. No, it's expelling fire that's the problem. I got fire shooting out my orifices. I'm an orifice fire spewer. That's one of the things you gotta do it. You gotta eat it regularly. If you don't, your body ain't adjusting to it. You eat it regularly, you're fine, unless you got stomach issues. Yeah, I love my japalinas. So yeah, and then I put on the top of the hot dogs tonight. I made my sriracha mayo. Oh, I'm gonna put that on there. Judy says I actually thought they were japalinas when I got them, but they turned out to be Fresnos. Yeah, a couple of them look about the same. Small habaneros will look like a japalina too. Gus says the next day, nope. Yeah, it'll just go. It'll just run right through you. Run right through you. Yeah. Then I have my hot barbecue sauce. I use Kansas City Masterpiece. Casey Masterpiece. And then I put a crap ton of cayenne pepper in it. There you go. Here's your barbecue sauce. I used to make my own vinegar-based, and that was fine too. But Wayne Coulter, Japalinas, short A's, Japalinas. Nah, I mess up everything. I say it on purpose. Jalapeno, jalapena, jalapena. No, I said like Japalinas. Wayne, you've been to the show. You know I say Japalina. Everybody knows. It's like Hannaford. I don't say Hannaford. I said Heffenerd. Heffenerd. We're going to Heffenerd. Hannaford, it's a grocery store, big box grocery store chain up here. Hannaford. Good prices. I say we go to Heffenerd, and I have my Japalinas. Heffenerd. What are some other words I butcher? Come on, folks. You've been with the show long enough. Those are my big ones. Japalinas and Heffenerd. Gus Guskerson. Gustus McCrae. His name isn't Augustus. His name is Gus. Sally, Mustang Sally. Better slow that Mustang down. She used to have a Mustang. I had a Mustang. We had our Mustang. It was like it was a 96. It was a 96 Mustang. That was another check off the bucket list. Nice little car. I had to push the seat all the way back and lean it back. I'm a big feller. Hot Rod Lincoln. That's right. The fence post flying by, or were they the lines, the telephone lines flying by. Just don't do your impressions, please. No. Which ones are those? I'm fine as long as I'm doing like an Asian Indian dude, because that's what everybody is. That's the only accent. Doesn't matter what. I'm going to slide into that Asian Indian shit. But yeah, the Mustang was fine. Wasn't as fast as we had a Dodge Daytona Shelby. Boy, now that was a fast little car. It was like a box. That was a fast car. Laurel says, "Hey all, late to the party. Neighbor had food poisoning and I was taking care of her little ones." Oh, bless you. Bless her. We had asked about you. We'd asked about you several times because we hadn't seen you. Thanks for joining the show. Did I say Lori? Laurel. I'm tired. Judy says they all sound Asian Indian. Right. And for folks that don't get it, I'm not talking about an Asian Indian. I'm talking about two different places blended together. Wayne says a 1971 Dodge Charger RT had mine to 174. Yeah. I'm trying to think what year that was. It was early like that. It was a little one. Dodge Shelby Daytona. Fast little car. Boy, that thing could move. Faster than my Mustang. But yeah, got that off the bucket list. Laurel says, I actually go by Lori. So Laurel is my legal name. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we always call you Laurel because that's what it comes up. Said back when cars were cars and not Tinker Toys. Yeah, I like that too. It's like you could, back in the day, you could hit something and still drive it home. Nowadays, no, you hit something, it's a write-off. Oh, but it protects you. I don't know. I want to drive it home. I still want to be able to drive the damn thing and pull the bumper back out. And back in the days when you could just glance at a car. Remember that? Oh, those are the good days. You could just catch a car at the corner of your eye. Just look at it. You could tell what the hell it was. Laura says, and it's totaled. Nowadays, yeah. Nowadays, you just tap something and it just crumple zones. Oh, it's good for safety, but no, I can't get back and forth to work or get groceries anymore. Right. Wayne says now they all look alike. Right. You can't just look. Like, I love Aston Martins, and a shit ton of Fords out on the road have Aston Martin looks to them. If you look, I go, oh, is that an Aston? No, it's a Ford. And people go, oh, no, Aston Martin looks like a Ford. No, what it was is Ford was working with Aston Martin. Aston Martin came up with the designs, and Ford slid them over into their car lineup. That's why they look similar. Not the other way around. Get the grills and the front ends on some, and you go, oh, was that? Oh, hey, that's an Aston. Ah, fuck, it's another Ford. But, yeah, you could just glance. You just knew what it was. You could tell by the shape. And if it wasn't the shape, the size. Because some of them had similar shapes, but the sizes was different. Like you had the Monte Carlo, and you had the Tornado and stuff like that. They're just different in the Cordoba. I had a Cordoba. I had a 77 Cordoba. Laurel says, I used to be able to tell cars by the headlight or tail light. Now their badging isn't prominent anymore. Yeah, you could tell by grills. You look at a grill and you could tell, oh, that's a Ford Dodge, and you could tell what gen it was right off the bat. And I mean, nowadays you can tell what gen it is, but the old days were better. Wayne says, I have a 31-year-old Chevy Suburban. You wouldn't believe how many people beg me to sell. Yeah. No, I get it. What the hell? Somebody send me a message. What do we got going on here? I don't know why they do that. I don't like that. There's nothing new there. Those Chevy Suburbans are almost indestructible. Yeah, the old school ones. Dodge had their version, but it wasn't as popular. What was it? The Dodge, what was the Dodge's old counter to the Suburban? Durango? No, Durango's a midsize. I'm talking, you look way back. And Dodge had a, Chevy Suburban versus Dodge Durango, but that's not the wrong years. Yeah, these are modern cars. We're talking about 60s and maybe 70s. I don't think they had a Durango in the 70s, did they? Let's see here. Dodge Charger Central. I know International Harvester had a Suburban look-alike. Yeah, they had one that was similar. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's a four-door. They call it a Ram Charger. Here we go. I'll pull this up for folks. See, there you go, right there. The Ram Charger. It did not look as good as. See if we can go to bigger. It would not get any bigger. But yeah, the Ram Charger, four-door Ram Charger. The lines are not as nice. The Suburban really nailed that size. Yeah, the Durango come in. That's a mid-size. Love the mirrors on this one though. You can't see it. It's pretty small. They look pretty much like the mirrors that the large mirrors that the 70s and 80s Chevys used to use. Chevys and GMCs. Laurel says the Suburban was the best out there. Yeah, in that size of vehicle, yeah, the Suburban was the king. West Coast mirrors, is that what they're called? They're the big ones, the fat ones. I love those. Some of the Chevys in the 70s and 80s had the little ones still, and I hate those. I like those big ones. I like the big ones. I didn't like the little ones. I had on my 87 GMC Sierra step side, I had those big ones. It just worked. It looked nice. Yep. Yeah, the Ram Charger. Yeah, the Power Wagon was good, and that goes back. And the Power Wagons now are still pretty good. They're more old school, but they're very capable off road if you need to take them. But you need room. You need room. And then the way old World War II Power Wagons don't look like yeah. But yeah, that's different. Those are cool too, but they're military-ish. But the Power Wagon was good. I had a Durango. It was I call it Gen 1. Is it Gen 1 Durango? The one that had the rounded front end. Let's see here. Dodge WC Series, World War II, yes. Let's see, Durango first gen. Is this it? Images. Yeah. First gen. Let's pull this up. Pull this up. See if I can get this bigger for you. There we go. That's a Gen 1 Dodge Durango. They were heavy as shit. If you had the bigger engine, they moved along pretty good. We had the bigger engine, bigger displacement. Planted. Oh, you're talking to 40s to 60s? Says Gus. Oh, okay. But yeah, we had one of these, and it was gray, but it almost looked silver. So it was light. It looked silver. We loved that. We loved that Durango. That thing will go anywhere. Low center of gravity for a truck its size. Excuse me. Boy, I'd like to have one of these. Good shape, totally modern interior. That'd be good. That'd be good. Wonderful truck. We loved that one. Plenty of room on the inside. Which ones? The 40s to 60s? Are you still talking about those? Gus? Or are you talking about the Gen 1 Durangos? They still had, this is a mid-size, would be considered mid-size, but it was really, it's a full-size truck. It was big. You had room in it. We just loved that. Loved that SUV. So we have that. We've had we liked our Ford Excursion. I believe we had a Ford Excursion. Or was it an Explorer? Which one's? The one's the really, really big one, and one's one step down, but it's a full-size. That would be fun in a mud hole, says Judy. Oh, that Durango? I wouldn't want it. You could probably do it. But, yeah, she got a low center of gravity. Man, we take that. The snow wouldn't stop it. Nothing would stop that truck. That was just, we loved the hell out of it. And always planted. Always felt planted. We never felt squirrely in it. Didn't go weird around corners. Just always planted. Didn't get good gas mileage. But it was comfortable. Like I said, I'm a big guy. I like bigger vehicles. We had the Ford, might have been an Explorer. I think Excursion is the biggest one, right? The one that they stopped making. The one the size of a Suburban. I'd say it's the only one that really battles with the Suburban. And it might beat it. I just love that one. So, but you could afford gas back then. Yes. Yes, we could. Yes, we could. I'm paying just over $3 a gallon, I think, now. Isn't it bad when we're going, oh, we're close to $3? That's good. I got a mobile card because most of the stations we do is mobile. So we got the mobile card. So we put the card in, and every time, and it deducts off of there. And it's like, oh, we're paying $3.01. That's good. That's good. Zippy does pretty good on gas. We can get 2 trips to Vermont and a week of running. So we get a week of running and 2 trips to Vermont out of a tank. That's pretty good. Gus says, I'll say it, Dodge sucks. Maybe this Gus. Yeah. No, I liked our Durango. Looking at trucks. I need a truck. I need a truck. Get a truck. We got our plans. I'll leave it at that. Judy says, I love Dodge. Gus, stop it. Folks know me. I'm not a brand loyalist. I buy what I can afford and what fits my needs at the time. That's what I do. What I can afford and what fits my needs. It's that simple. I've owned Chevys, owned GMC, I've owned Ford, I've owned Dodge. That's it. It's all domestic. I haven't had a foreign car yet. I consider a Toyota. They're pretty reliable. But no, and I think it's mostly because up until recently you couldn't get a big vehicle that was foreign. Get a midsize or small. You want a big truck or big SUV, they weren't really offering them. Judy says Chevy is the king, but Dodge is right up there. Depends upon what you want. And it depends upon what gen. Gus says I was a Chevy guy for a long time, now pretty much a Ford. Yeah, I got no brand loyalty. I'm looking at Chevy trucks right now just because they're offering what I need. SUV, that I'm leaning Ford. Leaning Ford for SUV. But Chevy for pickup. Pickup's going to be the next addition to the family. We need one. Hey, how was the tree removal there, Mr. Gus? Gus was having trees removed. Yeah, Expedition is what I had. Had a red Expedition. We loved it. Excursion's the bigger one. Expedition's the regular full size. We like that. It's a little tippy. It's a little high. But it was it's a great truck. Great SUV. Peggy says she rented a Ford Expedition to go to her brother's funeral in Iowa in 2019. It was great. Yeah, I like the size. It was good. It was a little tall. It was taller. Our Durango was squatter. So felt different and didn't tip as much when you're going around corners. The Ford was a little tippier. You noticed it. But great truck. We liked it. Great SUV. So we liked the Expedition. And then we've had, I'm trying to think of what the hell our black one was. It was I think it was a GMC. Let me see. Let's see if I can Google it and see GMC midsize. SUV models. If I see the name, I'll be able to. No, not a Terrain. An Acadia. No. It's a Terrain. No, it wasn't that. GMC. The midsize. There's a small one. Terrain. It wasn't that. I don't think it was a Buick. Maybe it was a Buick. No. I'd have to ask the missus. I keep forgetting. It's black. $2,000. There we go. Envoy, it was not. Jimmy, no. Acadia, no. Acadia, no. Small like those. Thought it was a GMC. Jimmy, no. I don't think it was a Jimmy. Let's go, Buick. Buick midsize models. There's an Enclave. Nope. 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 I don't know what the hell it was. It was nice. It was a midsize, small to midsize. It wasn't a Zippy. She's a Chevy Trax. She's getting us where we need to go. A little Zippy car. But yeah, I've got no. Maybe it was a Buick. I think it might have been a Buick. I don't remember which one it was. It was black, and we had a minivan. What the hell was that? Dodge Caravan. That was pretty good too. A Dodge Caravan. That was back when they still had one sliding black side door, not two. Had the V6 in it, but man, that thing would move. You'd think it wouldn't. That thing would move. And we had a big family, so made sense. So we had the Dodge Caravan. We got that from the sister-in-law. She was getting rid of it, so we paid her money for it. We got that. Loved that minivan. Judy says I had one too. It was fast. It was a 2005. Yeah, they were way faster than that. I don't think it was a 2005. I think it was before then. It was it was back before. Yeah, because I don't think our youngest was born yet. So it's the 90s, late 90s. But yeah, faster than what you'd think. Front wheel drive minivan, and that 6-cylinder would get you going. It was fast. Gus says, well, it's been giving them a run for their money. The oak was almost 6 foot at the base. The biggest pine is yet to come down. The one is 8 foot at the base, so at least one more day. Today, they winched to the crane. Well, good. They're going to earn their money. They're going to earn their money. You're doing it by tree, right? Not by time. I think that's how they work. Isn't that how the arborists work per tree? not time or per area. They give you a quote on what you need to take down, and they go, yeah, I'll do that for this. I haven't had an arborist come in, but I think that's how they do it. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Mr. Gus. Mr. Gus. But yeah, that minivan would move. She would move. Yeah. You wouldn't expect it. Well, shit, they're using the same damn engines. They just gave a quote. Yeah, they looked at what you needed, and we're going to do it for X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I like that best, because that way if they run into problems, then whatever. Hey, you get it done sooner, that's fine by me. If you take a day or two longer, that's on you. Yeah, the missus likes the Buick. Was it Enclave? That's a minivan. It's an SUV. It looks like a minivan, but it's just got doors. Enclave. I think it's an Enclave. Yeah, Buick Enclave. The Avenir is their top trim level. That's a sharp looking SUV. But it kind of reminds me of a minivan ish. Let's go here. I'm going to pop that up for folks. Is it big now? There you go. There's the Buick Enclave. It might be the Avenir version, but that's a Buick Enclave. Luxury vehicle at just under luxury prices. Of course, all prices are through the roof now anyways. But, yeah, the missus likes that, and it's low to the ground. I prefer a little bit taller. Like I said, I go with like a Ford. Excuse me. What's catching my eye is the Ford, the hell was it? Explorer. That's their full-size one. Yeah. Yeah. Ford Explorer in the King Ranch level. Oh, it's a nice looking SUV. Gus says, I did have one yesterday, rolled backwards and fell in the neighbor's barn. Missed the house. Holy shit. Oh, neighbor's lawn. Oh, I read that wrong. Holy shit. I read it as barn, not lawn. That would have sucked. Fell on the neighbor's lawn. Missed the house. That's good. That's better than in the barn. Holy crap. Yeah, they need to watch that. Yeah, they got a couple trees over there at the Vermont property I'd picked out. I'd like to take these down a little bit close to the power lines. Like, no, this one I think will fall right. This other one, if I don't get a line on it, and I'm mostly there by myself, so I'm gonna let the new owners take care of those. I've been clearing out the other ones. Yeah, you don't want them falling on the house or the barn or anything. Lawn's okay. It might get a little pissed off, but hey, the grass will grow. It'll be fine. But yeah, a truck is the new addition. I need a truck. I've been needing one for years. And take stuff to the dump and tow stuff. Need a truck. I could have used a truck the last couple of years over at the other place. He goes 130-foot oak, and they had an excavator pushing it. Ooh. And tear up a little bit of the lawn, did they? You need a beautiful Chevy. I do. Chevy's on the top of the list right now. They got issues with the fuel management system, but I've been doing research. All the brands that are running that, and they damn near run it on every damn vehicle. Yeah, they got lifter issues after a time, but not all of them. Not all of them. Just some. So it's like you can't, there's always some issue that you're going to get no matter what it is. Dodge was doing good, but they still had the lifter issues and they had brake issues. So like, I don't want to do extra issues. And if things work out and if I get a new pickup, well, new to me, I'll be talking about an extended warranty. Give me that extended warranty. It's worth a few thousand that you can throw on the top of it. Laurel says most of the parts are made by the same companies. Yeah, and they're using the same technology. That's the problem. See, the active fuel management system, they used to use it in the diesels and stuff like that. And the lifters for the valves, they were all mechanical. And they had less problems, but over time, you had to go in and you have to readjust them. And the new ones, all the new technology for the trucks in the gas trucks are they're oil driven, and it's been all of them it causes some problems. Some don't. You can have it forever and not have a problem. But some are. I was looking at a 2017, but the 17s also had not only that, they had the Chevy put in a shitty torque converter for the transmission, so they were all going out. It's like, no, I don't want to have to deal with that. So you look at what vehicle is going to give you everything you need. So we're looking at a Chevy. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Like I said, don't count the chickens till the eggs are hatched, or don't count the eggs until the chickens. Don't count your chickens and what is it? Don't count your chickens till the eggs are hatched. Yeah, I think don't count your chickens. It's late. I'm tired. Don't count your chickens till the eggs are hatched. Otherwise, you're counting eggs. But yeah, I'm looking at Chevys. The Fords were okay, but they had some issues too. And when maintenance, they've arranged some of their stuff so that if you're going to replace this, you have to do so much more work. Chevy's was just lined up better, whatever. So yeah, we're looking at Chevy. It's a big investment, so it's like I don't want to get the wrong thing. What's going to get me the best bang for my buck? And I ain't going to buy a shit box. I ain't going to buy a shit box just to have a truck. No, I'd rather just not have a truck. I'll get roof racks for Zippy and try to do shit there. Nah. So, if I end up getting a truck, I'll let y'all know. Got to get the Dulcimer in first, too. That should be starting up in October. He should be starting to build it. So, folks want to donate for the Dulcimer, the link's in the description as well. Oh, man, that house is nickel and diming me. It's like, holy crap. Need to stop that. Stop that. Get it sold. So, keeping our fingers crossed. Keeping our fingers crossed. I deserve a truck. Need a truck. Plus moving, truck is good. You can pull a trailer. We had a full-size SUV the last time we moved, and we just went to U-Haul and we got a trailer. That's so much cheaper than renting a U-Haul truck. Get a trailer. Judy says, yes, you absolutely. I do. And I look good in a truck. I look good in Zippy too, but I crawl out of it and I'm twice as big as Zippy is. But yeah. And we're looking at mid-size trucks. The gas mileage between a mid-size truck and a full-size truck isn't that much different anymore. So it's like, no, get a full-size truck. Got a bigger bed, bigger towing. Gus says, well, I'm done for the day. Got to get up early. We'll be here early. Good night, everyone. Have a great start to your week. You too, Gus, and good luck. Good luck with that. And I'll be yakking at you. We should be able to drop off some eggs this week for you and the Sally. Say hey. Say hey. But, yeah, trucks come in handy. Get a rack in the back. Throw the canoe up on the rack. Throw the kayaks in the back. You don't have to worry about strapping them all down to a vehicle. Yeah, take the truck. Get in the truck. I'm going to go. So, yeah, I deserve it. Peggy says, good night, Gus and Sally. And Wayne says, have a good one, Gus. So, yeah, I deserve a truck. The missus deserves a truck. She likes trucks, too. We had a truck. She liked my truck. You'll send me pictures. Damn right you will. Damn right you will, Gus. Shoot them my way. Shoot them my way. But yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Got to get the house sold. If we need to just zip around, yeah. Well, grocery shopping's better with Zippy. It's easier to throw it in the back of an SUV than it is in a pickup truck. But yeah, can't wait to see it. What, the Dulcimer or the truck? The Dulcimer, yeah. I'm stoked about that Dulcimer. Get that thing done. Get that thing done. Unique, custom build. It's more expensive than some guitars out there. Actually, both. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm just ain't counting my chickens. It ain't time yet, but we try to make plans. We're trying to think optimistically. So we'll see how it goes. If I'm paying my bills, I'm happy. It's like this house has really put us in a bind. Especially now. If it doesn't sell now, yeah, big bind. Because that was into our tax money. It's cut into our tax money. If it sells, we're fine. Got money set aside for oil this winter, so we ain't gonna go hungry and we ain't gonna go cold. But that's our tax money for the house, and the next tax bill is in November. So we need to get this house sold. So yeah. Well, it's after 10. Hey, Laurel, you're gonna have to watch the show from the beginning. You missed a lot of good stuff. Judy, par for the course for you. You're fine. You always get something good to watch. Judy says, I'll send up a prayer. Good. Send them up often. Send them up often. Good thoughts and good prayers don't hurt nothing. They don't hurt nothing. Laurel says, I plan on watching it. Good. Yeah, I think that's it. Anybody have anything else to... Not including you, Wayne. You'll keep me talking for an hour. People are like, what's he talking about? Yeah, Wayne and I tried to shut down several times a couple shows ago, and we just kept going on and on and on. Wayne got to yakking with me. It's like, Wayne. No, if it just happened that things were going. You've been pretty quiet. I don't mind every now and again. We used to run 3-hour shows. We've run 4-hour shows before. Like, holy crap, it's midnight. Holy shit. John's still in the studio and it's midnight. Wow. On the on the East Coast. On the East Coast. But if people don't have anything else to say, then or any other issues that they wanted to hit on, hope your neighbor gets well and your kids get well, and the kid, you were watching the kid. So Peggy says, I'm tired, so good night, John. And thank you, John. You're most welcome, Peggy. Thank you for joining the show. We got a bunch of folks, and they ain't talking up. They've been watching. I've been watching the numbers. We only got a handful talking. Everybody else watching. That's fine. Just watch away. Get a feel for the show. A bunch of old people, just old friends, not old people. Stop it. A bunch of old friends getting together and talking. But I will see you. Tomorrow's Monday, so I got to... Yeah, hit the like button. Share, subscribe. Feel free to donate. It's all in the description. Make sure you hit up my Facebook page. If you ain't seeing 6 to 12 things in your feed every day from me, you're missing it. So whenever you see something show up, follow it to my page. Just hit the Whiskey Cowboy on the post. Go to my page and check out all the goodies that you missed. Like, comment, share on everything. It matters. Because Facebook pays me. Facebook pays me. And I'm telling you, if things don't go viral, I don't get paid much. I don't get paid. I get bad enough to buy a bottle of whiskey a month. It's about all I make. Unless something goes viral. And then I make some more. So yeah, help what the Cowboy says go viral. It all matters. It all matters. But, yeah, I'll be up bright and early tomorrow morning. I can do my research, get all of my content out first thing in the morning, try to get things done. And next show is Wednesday evening, same time, same place. Again, hit like. Yeah, any of the videos, too. If you go to any of the other shows, if you comment underneath the shows, that helps my algorithms, too. People think that, I talked in the show, it's going to help. Yeah, it does. That's in the feed, but it's not a comment underneath the video. Judy says, I'm sorry, I haven't been on Facebook much lately, but I will go to your page. No, hey, do what you can. You've been busy. I think Laurel hits my page every day. Sometimes she misses a day, but she gets there. She tries to get there every day, and she runs through. I can tell when people like or comment on things. I get notification. It's like, boom, Laurel. Okay, she's hitting my page, scrolling down. If you got any news or issues that you'd like me to talk about or maybe cover, shoot me a message. I don't cover everything. But yeah, I address things. If you have any questions, go ahead and shoot me a message. I'll get right back to you. I field questions all the time. But yeah, thank you all for joining the show. I will see you on Facebook and elsewhere. See you Wednesday evening. And get some rest. God bless and take care.